Hey guys, welcome to a second episode of Knights of Honor series. Just continuing here exactly where we stopped last time. As you can see, I just waited here a few minutes for this swordsmith to almost finish building because I didn't want to just make the video long and just sit around here and record everything. But I really haven't done anything, just started the game a few minutes ago so that this gets built. Now once the swordsmith is done building, I will have the swordsman available, and once I have enough gold coins to fill up my army, I will attack Armenia again. As you remember, I already declared war against them, so I could probably try to get peace again if I needed to, but I really don't right now. I want to get started with my campaign. So in the meantime, the swordsmith finished, so now we should have the swordsman here, and we do indeed. It's just that I don't have all that much gold right now to fill up all of my slots here. So other way you can transfer your squad, your units from your marshal back to town, or the other way around by highlighting one of those and then just deploy squad. It will just move on the other side. So now I don't want these peasants anymore in my army. I'm gonna replace them with swordsmen, but as you can see, gold is not doing that well, so we're still gonna have to wait. And I thought I'm just gonna stop recording right now and wait for enough gold to refill all of my empty slots in Marshall's army, and once ready, then I'll be back to continue with our campaign. Right, so as you can see now, I have recruited enough units to fill all the available slots for my marshal. And technically I could already go, but the problem is that generally when you are attacking other kingdom, the army's morale is lower than, let's say, when you are defending, right? And at the beginning, when I don't have any skills for the marshal or for the army itself, I don't feel very comfortable attacking with just one marshal, because if this Armenia castle here have some garrison deployed in province, and if they have one marshal to defend, it's not gonna be good for me and favorable. So I think I'm just gonna try to wait just a little bit longer, so that I can have a second marshal with his own army, and with two of those already I think morale will be better and obviously numbers, so I will have a pretty good chance already. But for now, I don't feel very comfortable with going with just one marshal to conquer a province, and mostly worried about the morale, so that my troops might just retreat very easily. And as I already talked in the previous one, this second prince I can use as a marshal. The problem at this moment is that I'm using him as a merchant, so I would have to first stop trading with this kingdom, and as you can see, the result of it would be relationship status will decrease with this kingdom, but obviously I don't have any other choice right now, so I will just wait long enough to earn some more gold here, and once I do have enough for a second army, then I will reassign this prince here as a marshal, and I will get him his own army, and then with two marshals I will attack. Now in the meantime, I could go over a couple of more things here. As you can see, if I click here on this kingdom treasury icon, then we'll get the overview of our economy. And there is also books. Now you may wonder, what can you use these books for? And for example, if I click on one of those merchants, then there is this icon here that is called Educate Merchant. And if I had 1000 books, I could educate this guy, and that would give him like 1 star. And basically then he will be way better at trading, and he will generate a little bit more gold for me, maybe like 1 or 2 extra on top of the 7 that he's doing right now. There is also this piety here. You can see my current religion. Actually, I don't know if you can see anywhere, but should be at least Christianity, Orthodox. And I'm gathering like 5 piety power right now from towns, monasteries, churches, and yeah, that my religion is correct at the moment, so to speak, in terms of Georgia's religion was indeed and is indeed Orthodox Christianity. So what else is here? There is some few more icons here on the bottom that can give you some overview about some details in the game. Let's see.
At your service, sir.
Here you can search for some documentation, so to speak, in the game. Then you've got this royal family. I've already opened this quite a few times. Then there is Kingdom Wells, which also you can open from here. What else do we have? Right, Kingdom Advantages. Now, this is a little bit advanced feature in the game that I don't remember in great details right now, because I have not played the game in quite a while. But basically, when you build some different establishments, you may achieve some of the kingdom advantages. Or also, if you let's say have some towns which can produce leather and so on, like horses and silver, dyes, for example. And if I had all the establishments to generate all of these goods, then this kingdom advantage, which is called Glorious Conquest, would be active. And the more of those you have active, the more powerful your kingdom is, and the less chance that it will just fall apart, because that happens sometimes. If your kingdom power is not strong enough, you don't have some advantages, you may get a lot of rebels, or if suddenly your king dies, then your kingdom is not strong enough to deal with that in a moment, and you will just lose a lot of territories. So that's always good to keep an eye on. Then here you can have overview of your provinces. Now right now I have only one province, and it is called Georgia. And here you'll see some stuff also, like if there's any ongoing constructions, rebellion risk, available workers, and so on.
The kingdom rankings.
Now this here is kingdom rankings. Basically this is like listed all the kingdoms and ranked in terms of different characteristics. Let's say here you can sort this kingdom, so to speak, as to which one is largest. So Empire of Germany is largest, they have 18 provinces, Byzantium 17, and so on. Then there is highest military strengths. Germany is strongest, they have military strengths of 324. And there is who are the wealthiest ones. It seems to be the Earldom of Highlands. Okay, now not anymore, it's Kingdom of Sweden, and so on. And highest trade income. Well, apparently only I am trading with anybody, so we seem to have highest trading income. Most respected kingdoms, most disliked kingdoms, and this is what happiest population, Earldom of Highlands. Right. So in the meantime, I have almost 1000 gold, but I need 2700 for second army. So I think I'll bring you back again once I have enough gold to build second army for my second marshal, and we'll get right into it. Okay, so tragic news, the king is dead. Now this brings a couple of problems for me. Right, let me just click here. Okay. Right, so what happened now? King is dead. What does it mean? Let's take a look here. If I go to Royal Dynasty,
Wisest of rulers.
I've got my king, Bagrat IV. If you remember, he was the first prince here. And he became king, and now he's very young. Now, what happened is that the queen is gone, the princess is gone. And this guy here, who was a prince, second prince, he was here. He's not royal family technically anymore, and he got stuck here as a merchant. Now if I were to exile merchant, he would just completely disappear from my slot and I cannot use him anymore. It's like I fired him. Now if I did this while he was still in the royal family, I could use him again as a marshal, but right now I don't think I can, so that's a serious problem, unfortunately. And I am stuck with only one marshal. Now the another question this begs is, so what happens if this king now gets old and dies? Well, this is one of the scenarios which is really difficult to deal with. If your king gets old and dies without having sons. Now, if this king dies without having any sons, then who will become the king? That's the question. And king will become one of those guys here at the moment. They are not royal family, but I have them in my command. So one of those randomly will become the king. Now that will mean, first of all, that now king is not from a royal family originally, which is not that big of a problem. But the problem will be that now whoever becomes the king will die also after some time, and I would lose one of those guys again. So basically, you may run out of some people here to manage your kingdom, and what you can do is hire someone, right, from outside of your kingdom, so to speak. Now this has its own risks. When you hire someone, there is a chance that that guy may be a spy. So there is even the chance that if you hire someone and was a spy, and then somehow your royalty tree stops and one of your guys becomes king randomly, and the spy may become the king, and then you lose the game completely, basically. So I always try to never hire anyone unless I really have to, because of that. So how can we ensure that our king has family and has kids, so that our tree will not stop? First of all, we need to get him married. Now that can happen automatically, randomly at some point during the game before he dies, but that doesn't always happen. So the best thing you can do when you have a new king, try to find him a wife by yourself. And how can you do that? You can go over some kingdoms. Let's say, I don't know, I will try to do it with Byzantia, for example. Click and offer a royal wedding, and they say no, for example. So you can find you can somehow try to get the marriage going on for your king here. Royal wedding. Oh, actually it turns out here that they just don't have any princess that could marry my king, so that's the problem here. Now the way I can find all the kingdoms who have some princess right now that could marry my king, I could do it by relations, I believe, and then find some of them that have this symbol here. Now this one is for prince, this one is for princess, I think. So let's see, royal wedding, yeah, between Bagrat the Fourth and their princess Tesla, and they say no. Oh my god, they are so offensive here. What? The king of Hungary simply finds your family too ugly. F you. Alright, so let's find someone else. Whoever has some princesses. Okay, this one says you're not strong enough, which may be true. So the reason I'm doing it is that obviously the earlier your king gets married, the bigger the chance is that he will have at least one son, and I hope I made it clear how and why it is so important that you have at least one or two sons. I mean your king. Nobody wants the marriage to happen. Okay, I think I visited all of them, so that's bad. Basically, I'm just hoping now that my king by himself will get married. But now to go back to our original plans, right, so I wanted to have a second marshal, but I can't right now, unfortunately, unless I hire them one. And I mean, at the very early stages of the game, like right now, it's not very likely that there would be already some spies deployed for hire, so I could risk it because I really want to get started and do something already. So I think I'm gonna risk that, yeah. But first, I'm gonna stop trading with Germany and trade with Fatimids because I remember they were generating more gold. So let's see, we have +7 right now. And alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and hire a marshal. It costs 1000 and I got this guy, Count Ameirin. I hope he's not a spy. So what I can do now is, oh right, I forgot about this. The marshals cost gold, right? I need to be paying him now wage. So this puts me in a really bad situation right now. My gold is -13. So what I'm gonna do, just gonna get a few units here as much as I can and just try to attack Armenia, and if I conquer them, then I will probably earn a little bit more gold because I will have a second province. So let's just hope for the best. I have really little time now before my gold situation gets worse and worse. So I'm just gonna send both of my marshals here to attack Armenia and just really hope that this is gonna be enough. It's kind of a 50-50 for me right now. So if you look here, I've got a few peasants, just 2 units of swordsmen for this guy, and this one has all swordsmen, but their morale is really bad right now, so this might be deciding factor in the end.
Your gold, sir.
Right, so it seems actually that the gold doesn't go negative values. It's kind of frozen at 0, so I guess it's a plus. And oh no, as you notice here, once they crossed the border, left my kingdom and entered Armenia, my troops' morale got much worse. So I think this is gonna just lose the whole battle for me. It's a serious issue when the morale is so low. Okay, just hope for the best. I really have literally no other choice right now. I'm out of options. So this is how difficult it can be to get started on hard sometimes. So let's go and say lead.
Enemy stronghold.
We're just gonna try to make this as fast as possible. Just wait for my second guy to join the battlefield.
We must surrender.
No. What? I cannot believe this right now. This has never happened to me before, ever. I swear. I played this game for weeks and months non-stop when I was a kid, and this has never happened to me before. Okay, so what happened? So basically the army morale was so low that the second my marshals entered the battlefield, everybody just surrendered, like instantly. Jesus. So what happened is that because they surrendered, you know, they didn't get killed, they just surrendered. So they are now prisoners of Armenia. And the only positive thing I can take from all of this now is that because I don't pay marshals' wages, I actually earn some gold currently, but I'm literally defenseless, I don't have a marshal. Now what I can do about those, there is one option: abandon prisoners, so basically just let them kill him, or pay ransom, which at this point is 1300 gold, and I don't have 1300 gold. Plus, if I wait my gold for my gold to, you know, so that I have 1300 gold, then if I get this guy back, I still have to pay his wages. So then I will earn less. This is the worst situation I have ever been in this game, and exactly when I'm making serious about it. Okay, think. So this is what I would do right now. I will just wait until I have about, let's see, about how much? Oh, wait. Married, yes, a royal wedding. Bagrat, King Bagrat IV of Georgia decided to marry an ordinary noblewoman. May they live in health and have many children. Yay, may they. Okay, so this is at least good news. The king got married while he's still very young, so there is a chance that we are gonna have some kids here, so that will help definitely. But in the meantime, what I was gonna say is that plus 17 gold is not that bad actually. I can wait a little bit of time here and gather about 4,000 or 5,000 gold, which will give me enough to get my marshals back and plus build army for them again, and then I will just rethink and regroup, maybe come up with a different tactic what to do. So I would need about maybe 6,000 or so for that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna stop recording here for a moment, wait for this gold. Yeah, I will wait about 6,000-7,000, and then I will be back and create a new master plan that will be hopefully a little bit better than the previous one. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so a few things happened here. First of all, Armenia needs money for our guys here.
Yes, my lord.
Actually, they released one of them for free, it seems, and I'm a little bit skeptical about this right now. But first, let's get our guy back,
What is your command, Martin?
and I'm gonna real quick get a few units because I need them really quickly. As you can see, we've got some rebels, and I'm gonna have to deal with them because they are burning my my village here. So I hope that Armenia wants peace. Just gonna decline. I hope that I will be able to at least defeat these rebels real quick here.
My liege, for the crown. If you insist.
So let's see how it goes.
There, the bandits that are plundering your lands.
Yeah, I think I will be able to.
Just entered the battle.
I will be able to deal with them quite easily. So what I did now is just basically, actually, maybe this is a good time now to go through a bit of a battlefield stuff here. Now, this is the battlefield, as you can see, and these are all my available units. I have 2 marshals, you can see always they are on horses here. And when you highlight one of your units and then hover over them, you will see some of their statistics, like chance to kill in short range, like melee, range, defense, and so on. Now this was a very basic swordsman, so it's not really impressive here. But if you compare it to peasants, now they are way worse, right? Their morale is -2, and their chance to kill is like 3 times less, and they're just horrible. But better than nothing. So the way I maneuver them is I can highlight one or multiple ones with drag and drop like this. I mean, not drag and drop, but I guess just holding mouse and going over the units that you wanna highlight. Once I do, then you can with a right mouse click just tell them where to go. In this case, I want to attack them here. Right, so my marshals, without me noticing, went after some of their peasants and almost got killed. So I'm just gonna bring them back here so that my marshal don't get killed accidentally. And I will just use some of my units here to fight these peasants. And if you click once, your units will walk, and if you click twice, they will run. So now they're just fighting. Now swordsmen should be easily able to defeat the peasants here. And another way to quickly end the battle is if you somehow kill their knight squad here. So this in the middle is your marshal, and this is his knights here. These are his knights here. If you manage to kill this marshal squad here, you automatically win the whole battle. So the rest of the army just retires or retreats. The enemy surrendered here, so I can just go after the knight squad here and just kill them. Once it's done, everybody else will just surrender. So there's only 7 of them left from 10. So the martial unit is always 10 in size. And they're also running back now, so I'm just gonna chase them with my martial unit. And obviously the horse units move around way way faster. You can do some other stuff here, like camp one of your units or multiple units, and that is usually only useful when you have archers units and you want to refill their the arrows, because they run out sometimes. And while we were in the battlefield, we got a notification that a royal child is born, and in fact he's already grown in the meantime. And if we check here, wow, we've got 2 royal children. One is already grown up, one is still a baby. This is great news.
Yes.
Really great news indeed. Now I need to take care of this gold situation real quick, so I'm gonna use this grown up prince as a merchant, and maybe I can find some better country to trade with than Germany, because that's very few amount of gold. I'm sorry everything's happening so fast here, and it's just I have to really react quickly because I'm already in such a horrible spot. I don't want things to get any worse here.
At your service, sire.
Right, Lithuania 4 gold, that's something, but we are still losing gold by the time. Oh cool, so my marshal got 1 experience star here, and the first thing I'm gonna spend it on, as you can see there is 6 total slots. That's gonna be leadership, and what this does, it gives your army a better morale, which was the problem last time exactly. So there is still this gold situation. What do I do with that?
Back to the castle.
This is really tough.
Yes, my lord.
Now this is the marshal that I hired,
Yes, my lord.
and this left side, this guy Akakidze, is the marshal that was with me from the beginning. So there is no chance that this is a spy. And plus, this marshal, the one that I hired, got freed from Armenia prison automatically. I didn't pay for him. And that makes me a little bit paranoid. He may have been Armenia's spy, so they just released him back to me. So what I'm gonna do, just gonna release him, because he also costs quite a lot of gold for me, and I cannot afford to pay him, and plus it's a risk that he may have been a spy. So bye bye, and I will have only 1 marshal currently, but at least some gold. So what I'm gonna do, is I am going to plunder Armenia a little bit, although it seems all of their villages are already plundered, so there is nothing for me to burn. The reason I wanted to do that is when you do it, your marshal gains some experience, so I could have made him stronger, plus it gives you a little bit of extra gold, so that way I would earn some gold quicker. But that doesn't seem to be an option right now, because as you can see everything is already burnt, so I cannot burn it anymore. I could try to declare war against this Khazars or whatever, but that's really seems like a bad idea because they are so much bigger than me, and I only have 1 marshal with no decent army. So I'm kind of stuck in a really tough spot. But the one small positive here is that my marshal has now 1 experience star, which I used for morale, and I've got some income, and my king has 2 princes, so that's something to look forward to. But that's very little. I'm still like back to square one. I have not really progressed yet. So what do I do now? I guess I could wait before these villages of Armenia kind of rebuild and then burn it to the ground again.
Infidels beware. A new
But that's again quite a bit of waiting. Oh, right, so I have 1000 books now, which I can use to educate one of my merchants and earn more. So let's see what difference that make. right now this guy earns 5 coins. If I educate him now, wait, it should update. No way, he still earns only 5 coins. That's not how it works. Maybe it also depends on the country he's trading with. I really don't know, but usually this makes a difference. Okay, trust me. And by the way, I educated the merchant who is not part of royal family anymore, and he's not gonna die. You know, this guy is a current king, and this is a prince, and this one is not anymore prince. So I educated him. Because if I use my books on king, for example, king would die after some time and this star would go with him. So alright, so I guess I could again take a break here from recording, and once one of those places, one of those villages or monasteries from Armenia will rebuild itself, I will bring you guys back and we will go ahead and try to plunder it, earn some gold and some experience for our marshal. So that's the plan for now. I don't have any other choice really. Sorry about that. Alright, so what's happening here is that we got another rebel army here. This is some guy called Bagrat, and he wants to burn my farm, and I don't want that. In the meantime, Pope is dead. That's too bad, but I have my own problems to worry about. So what do I do about this rebel? Now I don't have big of an army, but I could still probably deal with him with what I've got. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to take care of this rebellion, which is also good for my marshal. He will gain some more experience. So let's see how this goes. I hope I will be able to beat him. Usually the rebel army only consists of peasants, especially at the very beginning. And if you notice, it's already second time we've got a rebellion in our province, and the reason for it is that people are unhappy, and we can take a look at that after the battle. What is the reason exactly for that? But I can think of a couple of reasons right now. First would be that we are still at war with Armenia and people don't like war, and probably also, yeah, actually I can think of any other reason. That's probably it, why people are unhappy and they are forming rebellions. So I just marked all of my units right now and going to attack them. As you can see, the current prediction is that we are winning decisively. We have 8 morale and our rebels have 7 only. You can also notice that the swordsmen, these bars up here, are indicators of morale. They have way better morale than the peasants. Alright, enemy surrendering. So this is gonna be a quick one. Probably just send everyone to kill the marshal and his unit, and once it's done the battle will be done as well. So that's way quicker than just going around and killing everybody one by one. Alright, only 6 guys left here. So basically, in the battlefield, we really wanna be always keeping an eye on your marshal unit, because if they die, as I said, you lose the battle, and plus you lose the marshal, of course. So you wanna make sure that you keep them safe at all times. Keep them out of the sword fight if it's possible. Alright, so we killed the enemy marshal and the battle is over. Alright, that's a victory and another star for our marshal. Gonna use it again for leadership because morale, as you probably noticed already a couple of times, is extremely important at the start especially. So in the meantime, we have a few hundred gold here. I can probably recruit a couple more units real soon. And with this morale improvements now, I could probably try to attack Armenia one more time once I have my marshal and his army just swordsmen and not peasants. Actually, it's a miracle that nobody else has declared war against me and just conquered me, someone bigger, because they could totally do that right now. So that's one positive to look at, I guess. Everything is still burnt in Armenia, unfortunately, so I cannot plunder anything. But that's fine, I guess. So we've got 5 units right now. I guess I could wait a little bit longer and get all the units here, and then I would go against Armenia one more time, maybe third time the charm. So I'll be right back once I have enough gold to refill my army completely. Okay, so a couple of things happened here. First of all, I managed to fill my army completely, and second, there was a third baby born prince as well, which is great, and the second prince was grown up already, and he seems to be very good at warfare, as you can see 3 stars. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use him directly as a marshal, and the good thing when you are using your own royal family member, so a prince at the marshal, he doesn't cost you anything, you don't pay wages to him, so it's kind of for free, which is great. Now I have 2 marshals, both of them solid, no chance of them being spy or anything like that, and plus I only pay for one of them. And this gives me now opportunity to actually really finally successfully attack Armenia. Now there is still this one issue that I don't have enough gold to build a second army for my second marshal, but I'll just take whatever I have in the moment right now, and this should be even enough. Just the fact that there is a second marshal with his 10-man unit is gonna also make a difference. So let's just go and once and for all really crush Armenia, or at least try to. If I still don't succeed, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I might just call it quits, because never before I have failed 3 times in a row to successfully attack a province in this game. I mean, obviously, on the other hand, if I was playing alone, I would wait a little bit longer before I had enough gold to build second army of swordsmen, but I just wanna speed things up a little bit right now, so well, let's see. By the way, I could also now burn Armenia a little bit, as you can see, plunder, but I don't know if it makes sense right now. My army can be enough right now to just directly conquer the whole province, so just gonna go for that. Straight away. Now these are some camped rebels in Armenia province, so they are gonna be my problem if I manage to conquer this province, but right now they are not. It seems like their leader is also 5-star guy, so it's gonna be difficult to deal with him. But first things first, let's
This is the enemy's stronghold.
destroy this stronghold. but not too much, because then I have to rebuild it for myself. Oh no, they have archers. So when they have archers, you want to just charge at them as fast as possible, because in sword fight they are very bad, but long range they are just gonna destroy you slowly. So now, because I have 2 morale points used for my marshal, it's actually pretty good, 8 morale. So that's really helping, as you can see. My guys are not surrendering, but the enemy, yes, slowly. So as you notice, I really quickly destroyed the archers, because I just ran at them and they didn't have the advantage of range anymore. And in the meantime, my second marshal with his little army is also here, so I can attack them from both sides and just guarantee, I guess, the win. So this looks way better now. I almost decided that we are gonna win this unless they bring some reinforcements. So let's see. Now also you may notice that this stronghold has no defense whatsoever. There is no barricades around, or like walls or anything like that. So once that's the case, then it really becomes very interesting to, you have to first go through the walls and defenses and towers and so on, and only then you can attack the stronghold itself. But this is first victory, yay! I successfully conquered Armenia finally. Now what this means, okay, let's see. Now first of all, I mentioned in the first video that you can only have 1 marshal at a time in a castle. So the second one, I'm just gonna camp here right now. 1 is inside, and what's happening is taking over the town's authority. So this takes some time. So after you conquer, you set up your own management there, and once this bar is filled, then this province becomes officially yours, and you can rule it as you wish to. But right now it's kind of on hold. We can see that our guy got 1 more star here, and I'm gonna use it again for morale. You saw how big of a difference it made. So this second marshal has also 1 experience point, so I'm also gonna use it for leadership. And then we still have 5 extra ones that I will use later on for some other skills. Oh man, this took a long time, but it feels good. Now, once this takeover is done, then I will also have more gold income, because second province, generates more gold. Like this coastal village, for example, will make a big difference, and things will speed up a little bit. So finally we're getting somewhere now. Also, actually, you can do this process real quick, but it costs quite a lot of coins. As you can see, immediate taking over 4,100, and I don't have that much. So even if I had, I wouldn't waste now that much gold for something that I just need to wait a few minutes for. So now this rebel army, now they are camped right now, but as I mentioned, they are my problem now, because they are on my territory, and they may decide at any second to burn any of these places down. And yeah, it's up to me to stop them, because obviously I shouldn't allow them to burn my villages, but on the other hand, not on the other hand, but at the same time, it has a big influence, because, for example, if they burnt my coastal village right now, then I wouldn't have income from this coastal village anymore unless I rebuild it again, which takes some time. So you really wanna try to stop the rebel armies before they burn anything down. Obviously, that's pretty straightforward, but still, it matters a lot. Alright, so the kingdom power I talked about in the last video, which is very important. I can increase my kingdom power by 1 right now. It doesn't cost that much. It only costs 900 coins and 200 piety. So I'm gonna do that. I have very few coins, but I mean gold coins. I use both. But I'm gonna do it because it really makes a big difference when you have a kingdom power. Now let's observe. My kingdom happiness is 6 right now, so it's positive 6, so to speak. It says -6, but you know it's green. So basically it means that there is -6% chance of rebellion. And I have plus 13 gold. Now, if I increase my kingdom power,
Power has increased.
now I earn 15 gold, so that's something. But it will have even more influence once I have many provinces, so it kind of linear in terms of how many provinces you have. And second, my town's happiness, my province happiness increased as well, and it was 6, now it's 9. So this is how powerful the kingdom power can be. Now these guys seems like they moved and they're going to plunder this monastery, and ideally I want to stop them. Okay, actually they are coming for me, directly for me. This is my camped marshal, and I cannot fight them. As you can see, I have only 3 peasant units, and they looked like a really good army, what I could see. So just gonna retreat. Their marshal is 5 stars, and they have some cavalry and stuff like that. I can tell from these icons here. So it's not gonna be easy to defeat these guys. I would wait before the takeover is done, and then deal with them with both my marshals. And this is a very important thing, if you very interesting as well. If you can see now, they are camped kind of, and they're like shooting arrows to my army, and they are killing my guys slowly. Now this is a feature that you can give to your marshal as one of those skills, that they can build this like fortified, I don't know, towers and stuff like that when you camp, and it gives them ability to shoot arrows at some distance to your enemies. So it's sometimes very powerful to passively destroy your enemy if they are in range of your arrows here. And ballistics, or I don't know what they are called. I can't remember the name. I think when I develop them, then we can read them exactly about it. In the meantime, the town takeover has finished here, and as you can see, now the gold income has increased significantly. It was like 15, I believe, now it's 26. And also we have some local units here already in our castle, which is great. Now I can use them instead of these peasants here. So a lot of stuff is happening right now, and new things as well, which I need to explain along the way, and it's just too fast right now. So I try my best. At this point we have a second province, Armenia, which has coastal village, generates more gold for us. We have 2 marshals in total, and this quite strong rebellion army to destroy. The king is doing great. Just 3 sons, that's great. I can use this guy as well, and in fact I'm gonna use him directly as a marshal right here, and
Back to the castle.
and build him an army, let's say from archers. Just don't have much gold right now for it, but I will very soon, because income is quite good. So for now I have this one army from of swordsmen, and I'm gonna build now second army of archers. And this third one, this guy, I don't have anyone for him yet, but I'll probably build an army of swordsmen here as well. So I will have 2 swordsmen and 1 archer army, which is already serious force at this early stage of the game. So I guess all these difficult times that we went through now is over. Things look good now. Got some 3 marshals here, decent income, kingdom power. We conquered Armenia finally. The only big problem right now I see this rebellion army, which I will deal very soon once I just build a new army here, and that's just a matter of time and a little bit of gold. So that's about it. And in the meantime, the Armenia had a second province, Kurdistan, which got conquered by Byzantia. So Armenia officially doesn't exist anymore, and which also means that I don't have any I don't have war with anybody currently, because Armenia was the only kingdom that I was at war with. So once I am ready, I will choose the next kingdom I want to declare war to and attack them. But first I would deal with these rebels here. Although that would be probably for the next episode. I think I'm gonna be done with this one now. I did so much here, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry about some ups and downs here. Things didn't go as well as I expected from the beginning, but I think we made a good comeback. So I'm looking forward to the next episode, where I'm probably just gonna expand my kingdom a little bit more, because now I have the means to do so with 3 marshals and some gold at my disposal. And also I will at the same time start thinking about the defenses of our provinces here, because right now we don't have any. Okay, so I will deal with these rebels very soon, precisely in the next episode. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face.